Hello everybody, today I'm watching These Ants Use Their Babies as Glue Guns by Kurzgesagt. From the title and thumbnail alone I can already tell this is going to be about weaver ants, which are some of my favorite. I've watched a lot of Ants Canada's videos and the weaver ant videos were probably some of the best ones, so let's see what else this is going to be about.
Deep in tropical jungles lie floating kingdoms ruled by beautiful and deadly masters. They're sort of the high elves of the ant kingdoms. Talented architects that create
I know most
castles
things
and
about
city-states.
weaver ants, but I
they
really
are
just want to
also
watch this because the
fierce
animation
and
is amazing.
expansionist warriors, and their kingdoms are ensnared in a never-ending war for survival. Oecophila weaver ants. Oecophila weavers walk on
I'm pretty
long
sure they
legs,
also have
slender
acid.
bodies and large eyes, which make them look pretty cute. Although their strong mandibles and the ability to shoot acid also make
They
them
do have
pretty
acid,
good at killing.
okay.
But more on that later. Their colonies usually have 2 to 3 worker classes that vary dramatically in size. Majors, minors, and sometimes even tiny minim workers. Depending on location
That I
and
was
species,
not aware
they
of.
vary
I didn't
in
know
colour
weaver
from
ants
dark
had
brown
minims.
to emerald green.
Minims.
Other than their fancy looks, what makes weavers special is that they're in the kingdom building business. They like to build at pretty much all heights, starting in shrubs a few centimeters above the ground and up to 10 meters in the tree canopy. But they're not satisfied with ruling just one plant. Weavers will look for twigs or lianas that bridge the gap to other trees and expand to every plant they can reach. This way,
Yeah, weaver
colonies
ants
spread
build
upwards
their
and
nests
sideways
in
through the
leaves,
treetops.
which is
The
why
largest weaver ant
they're really
kingdoms we
only
know
found
of
in tropical
occupy up
countries.
to 1,600 square meters.
Because let's say there's
around
winter,
4 basketball
there's no
courts.
leaves on the trees
A
anymore.
lot of ground
So
cover
where are they
for
gonna
tiny
nest?
ants, and impossibly
That's why they
hard to
don't live in
control.
countries which have like,
Weaver ants
well,
construct
which have
dozens of
winters
nests
basically.
scattered all over their territory. Outposts to defend the kingdom. Tubes or balls made from leaves and ghostly silk sheets. These masterpieces of high ant architecture are created by the weaver majors, the larger worker ants, which are responsible for the more dangerous jobs like fighting, foraging, and nest construction. To start a new nest, a major tries to bend different leaves in her surroundings into a tube. If one of the leaves is flexible enough, more workers will arrive to help. Chains of workers
The animation
leaves'
is
edges
so
together
fucking good
or
on this.
reach across gaps and grab distant leaves to add them to the construction. While the bending and pulling is going on, other workers carry larvae from the closest nest to the construction site. Usually, ant larvae spin themselves a cocoon to protect themselves, but the weaver ant larvae give all of their silk to the colony as building material.
Yeah, just like the title
So
said,
when
it's
the workers
basically a
tap
glue
larvae's
gun.
heads on the leaf, they release
Except
their
it's
sticky
also
thread like tiny,
alive.
cute glue guns. This way, the workers sew the bent leaf onto itself so it won't unfold anymore. This creates a central chamber that's used as the basis for up to 300 more leaves that are wound around it. Together, they form little
I wonder
pockets
just
and
how
act as
many
additional
larvae
rooms for the
they
new
need
outpost.
to build one of
To
these
make
nests.
it even more cozy,
Because the larvae
miner
obviously
workers
can only
use the
produce
larvae
a
to
certain
weave
amount of
additional
silk.
floors and chambers. Nests are usually constructed
So just
as
how many
barracks on the
larvae
territory's borders
do they
or
need
as
to have to
storage
build
for
a
brood
proper
and
nest?
food supplies. This way, the ants don't need to cross vast distances to the headquarters, but have soldiers close to any potential point of conflict. Apart from one special nest in the middle of the network, which is reserved for the queen and her guards. Here, she produces hundreds of eggs a day, which get transferred to suitable nests with brood chambers. So a colony is a network of little castles and moats connected by suspension bridges made from leaves, lianas,
what?
and twigs.
If I start making
An
money,
established
if I start making money from YouTube in the future, I will get myself a fucking weaver ant queen. And I'm gonna start a... Actually, wait. I'm not sure if they would survive the climate here in Poland. Probably not. Although they would be in an enclosed space in my house, so maybe. That's something for the future.
colony easily has 500,000 individuals that need to be fed. Fortunately, weaver ants evolved to have very close and beneficial relationships with their hosts, shrubs and trees. The tree gives the ants a home and access to sweet sap to drink. But maybe even more importantly, it allows them to cultivate cattle like aphids or caterpillars that produce honeydew for them. This would
Wait,
usually
caterpillars
hurt a tree,
produce
but
honeydew?
These insects belong to a small group of VIPs. Only a
I knew
few
about
selected
aphids, but
neighbors
not about
and the ants'
caterpillars.
cattle are allowed on the fruit tree. Many other insects and even larger herbivores are scared off, or even killed and eaten. So in most cases, the tree only has to tolerate
it's
acceptable
protein.
levels of damage while
Other
being
bugs are
protected
just
from
protein
more
for the
dangerous
ants.
pests. The weaver ant kingdom could be an ant paradise if there wasn't competition. Mostly from other kingdoms. Just like medieval humans, every queen seeks to conquer others and make their land
So the main
their own.
competition for weaver ants are
Controlling
just
fertile
other
land
weaver
is
ants.
the key to survive in the jungle. And if a kingdom loses too much of it, it shrinks and is overrun or starves to death. So expanding and defending their borders is critical to keep the colony alive. When a kingdom invades another, it first gathers an army of a few thousand mages who make their way towards the opposing colony. The goal is to steal a bit of territory and take it over. Defending weaver patrols quickly spot the invaders and immediately release an alarm pheromone. Some rush to the front to defend, while others rush to the closest outposts for help, marking their route with pheromones. Whenever they meet other
I wonder
sisters,
what a
they
war
jerk their
between
bodies
two
as if in a
rival
fight
colonies
to
would look
signal
like
them
in
to
real
follow
life.
the pheromone trail to the front
You
line.
could just see them spraying
At the sight of
acid at
battle,
each other from a
mages from
distance.
both parties raise their bodies, circle each other with mandibles wide open, and try to seize their opponents. If an ant gets a hold of her opponent, the victim is pulled into a group of allied mages and pinned down.
And is just
The
pulled
ants
apart.
then rip the victim apart, clipping off antennae and legs and slicing open their abdomens.
Oh,
To slow down the advance of the attackers, the defending
Brutal.
mages squirt formic acid over the battlefield to chemically burn their targets. This is soon answered in the same way by the attackers. In the chaotic battle, both parties
like-
lose countless
it's like
fighters on
artillery
the
in a way.
acidic battlefield.
for a real life
After
comparison,
a few minutes, the backup
the
from
formic acid is
outposts
like
arrive,
artillery.
and the time window for a successful attack
Or a
slowly
mortar.
closes. This is when the battle turns. The defenders slowly push back the attack party. In the end, the attackers can't keep up and have to retreat. For both parties, it was a costly battle. Thousands of corpses lie piled up on the ground under the battlefield, and many ants are severely injured. The defending colony's nests and brood are safe though. The
I wonder
attackers'
how
attempt
the
to steal new
formic acid
valuable
affects the
territory
leaves.
has failed. For today. They'll try again soon. But the kingdom will be ready. For the high ants of the floating kingdoms, war is nothing special, it's just a fact of life. Because as we know, empires never ever have enough. And the weaver ants are ready to fight.
Yeah, I didn't really learn anything new because I know quite a bit about ants, especially weaver ants since they are one of my favorites, but I really just wanted to watch this video for the animation itself. Because, come on, it's Kurzgesagt. They always deliver amazing animations. So yeah, like I said before, if I ever start making money from YouTube, I'll just start another channel where I make videos of like ant colonies or tarantulas that I have. You know, that's not a bad idea actually. I might do that in the future. I really might, if I get the funds for it. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment. The link to my Discord server is down in the description below, so check that out if you want. And I will see you in the next video.